सभी को प्रणाम। आइए इस स्वस्ति मंत्रों से आज का प्रारंभ करें। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। कनिक्रदच्चनुषं प्रब्रुवाण इयर्तिवाच मरिते वनावं सुमङ्गलश्च शकुने भवासि मात्वा काचिदभिभा विश्व्या विदत मातवाश्येन उदुपधीन्मासु पर्णो मातवा विदधिषु मान् वीरो अस्ता पित्र्यामनुप्रतिशङ्कनिक्रदत्सु मङ्गलो भद्रवादी वदेहा अभक्रन्ददक्षिणतो गृहाणां सुमङ्गलो भद्रवादी शकुन्ते मानस्तेन ईशतमाघशं सोबृहद्वदेम विदथे सुवीराः सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
सभी को नमस्कार and welcome to this second internship results announcement of the Indian Knowledge Systems Division. We are calling it Bharatiya Jnana Samvahini. The idea behind that name is the Samvahini means something that carries along with it. So this whole internship is to nurture the younger generation, to carry them into this Bharatiya Jnana Ganga Pravaha. So therefore we are calling it as Bharatiya Jnana Samvahini. So you are all welcome to that, and I know many of you are excitingly looking at basically waiting for the results, anticipating the results. Before that, I would like to request our Honorable Chairman of AICTE, Professor Sahasrabudhe, to say a few words on this auspicious occasion of Guru Purnima, and he is my Guru as well. So he's our Guru and my Guru as well. So,
yeah, dhanyavad all the coordinators of Indian Knowledge System of Ministry of Education located in AICTE, सभी लोगों को मेरे तरफ से भी प्रणाम। और आज गुरु पूर्णिमा उत्सव है, इसलिए सभी गुरुओं को मनन करते हुए हम आगे बढ़ेंगे। और अभी अभी जैसे बताया कि ये जो गुरु शिष्य परंपरा हमारे देश में है, उसी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए एक नए रूप में हम अभी इंटर्नशिप के माध्यम से हमारे युवकों को पुरानी परंपराओं के साथ नए परंपराओं के साथ जोड़ने का एक बहुत अनोखा संगम हम तैयार करने जा रहे हैं। एक तरफ भारतीय ज्ञान जो बहुत ही पुराना है, 5000, 6000, 10,000 साल पहले भी कुछ चीजें जो हुई है उसकी जानकारी, और विज्ञान में और तकनीकी क्षेत्र में भी कई चीजें जो भारत में हुई थी उसको जानना। अनेक कला हमारे देश में जो उत्पन्न हुए, म्यूजिक है, ड्रामा, डांस, नाट्य शास्त्र, सभी चीजों को संपादन ज्ञान करते करते ही आज के नवयुग में, जहां हम हमेशा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, मशीन लर्निंग, 3D प्रिंटिंग, रोबोटिक्स, मशीन लर्निंग में डीप लर्निंग, ये सब चीजें चल रही है, तो इसको भी साथ में जोड़ते हुए कैसे हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं, उसमें कैसे संशोधन कर सकते हैं, उसमें कैसे नवाचार ला सकते हैं, ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण विषय आज हमारी भारतीय शिक्षा की जो नई नीति है, जो 2020 में डॉक्टर कस्तूरी रंगन की कमेटी सदस्यता से ये बाहर आई है, उसको हम पूरा अवलोकन करते हुए आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। तो उसमें काफी जगह में ये लिखा गया है कि भारतीय संस्कृति, भारतीय परंपरा को हमको ध्यान में रखते हुए हमारी शिक्षा पद्धति को आगे बढ़ाना है। तो इसलिए एक तरफ जहां मॉडर्न साइंस, मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी, मॉडर्न एजुकेशन सब साथ में लेते हुए पुरातन काल की सभ्यता को भी साथ में रखते हुए हमको दोनों का सम्मिश्रण करने की जरूरत है। और ये तभी हो सकता है जब एक छात्र को या शिक्षक को दोनों प्रवाहों के बारे में अच्छी तरह से जानकारी होती है। तो इसलिए हमने इस बार और पिछले बार भी जिन जिन मेंटर्स को जिनको हमने सिलेक्ट किया था, उनको हमारी प्राचीन सभ्यता के बारे में, संस्कृति के बारे में भी ज्ञान था और आज की नवयुग की जो टेक्नोलॉजी है उसके बारे में ही जानकारी थी। ऐसे लोगों को साथ में लेते हुए हमारे छात्रों को जिन्होंने अपनी रुचि दिखाई, उनके पास वैसे ही जैसे गुरु शिष्य परंपरा में शिष्य गुरु के घर जाता था, वैसे इनको वहां भेजा। उनका जो एक्स्ट्रा खर्चा आता है उसके लिए स्टाइपेंड की भी हमने योजना की और उसके माध्यम से करीब करीब जो 400 छात्रों ने गत कुछ महीनों में जो जाकर अपने अपने गुरुओं के पास से ज्ञान अर्जन किया है। हमने ये भी कहा है कि आपने क्या क्या किया उसको हमको रिपोर्ट देना चाहिए। तो आज उसका इंटर्नशिप 2.0 जारी होने जा रहा है। नए युग में इंडस्ट्री 4.0 ऐसे बात करते हैं, वैसे इंटर्नशिप 2.0 ऑफ भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा is coming out today, and this time again we have similar number of interns who are selected. 486 of them are selected out of 1209 and 342 mentors में से 250 mentors भी है। तो 250 mentors, 436 स्टूडेंट्स, इसका मतलब एक एक के पास करीब एवरेज 2, किसी के पास एक ही हो सकता है, किसी के पास 3 भी हो सकते हैं। तो एवरेज एक के पास 2, ऐसे एक गुरु के पास 2 शिष्य जाने वाले हैं और इनको उनके ज्ञान की सारी जानकारी मिल जाएगी। उसमें 2 चीजें होगी। जो हमारे यहाँ नकारात्मकता होती है कि सब कुछ विदेश से आया है, हमारे देश में कुछ नहीं है, उसमें हमारी ज्ञान में संवर्धन होगा कि पता चलेगा कि हमारे देश में बहुत कुछ हुआ था। इसकी जानकारी होना, इसका ज्ञान प्राप्त होना एक पहली बात। दूसरी बात, एक नया उम्मीद और उत्साह निर्माण होगा कि जब हमारे पूर्वज 4000 साल पहले ये सब कर सके, तो आज तो दुनिया में हमको हमारे पास इतनी सुविधाएं हैं, तो सुविधाएं होते हुए भी हम क्यों कुछ कर नहीं सक रहे हैं, हमको करना चाहिए। ऐसा एक बड़ा जोश अपने अपने छात्रों में निर्माण होगा। तो उसके बाद जैसे यूजीसी ने इस विषय में भी पीएचडी करने के लिए नया पेपर भी यूजीसी नेट में तैयार किया है। तो मुझे यानी क्या बोलते कॉन्फिडेंस है कि ये 435 में से कुछ लोग अपने ग्रेजुएशन के बाद, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के बाद भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा या इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम्स में अपना पीएचडी करेंगे। ये लोग अपने नए शिक्षक बनेंगे, नए लोगों को साथ में जोड़ेंगे। जैसे आपने मूर्ति जी कहा कि एक बड़ा प्रवाह है, ये जैसे गंगा का प्रवाह जाता है, वैसे ही ज्ञान का प्रभाव और प्रवाह दोनों, प्रभाव और प्रवाह दोनों एक साथ में आगे बढ़ते जाएंगे। तो भारत फिर एक बार सही उच्च स्थान पर, जो गुरु की आज गुरु पूर्णिमा है, तो गुरु के स्थान पर जा सकता है। तो विश्व गुरु बनने के लिए ये बहुत ही सही और आसान रास्ता निकाल सकते हैं। तो इसलिए सभी लोगों को बधाई। अब किसको चुना गया है मुझे पता नहीं है, लेकिन जिसको इंटर्नशिप अपॉर्चुनिटी 435 1200 में से यानी 1:3 हो गया करीब करीब, जिनको मिली है उनको बधाई, जिनको मिली नहीं है उनको और प्रयास करके अगले बार और अच्छा अपना प्रपोजल भेजकर अपना सिलेक्शन होना चाहिए, उस तरफ आप बढ़िए। और भले इंटर्नशिप नहीं है, लेकिन आपके दोस्त यदि कोई इंटर्नशिप में जाता है तो वापस आने के बाद उसको पूछना आपने क्या सीखा है, और उससे भी आप सीख सकते हो, इनडायरेक्टली भी सीख सकते हो। और यदि आपके इसमें जोश है तो इंटरनेट के माध्यम से अलग अलग विषयों पर जहां जहां भी इसकी उपलब्धि मिलती है, माहिती मिलती है, उसको आप संवर्धित करते जाएंगे। तो मेरे ख्याल से यू विल ऑल बी डूइंग ए ग्रेट ह्यूमन सर्विस to our motherland, which is truly one of the finest countries in the world, where people from all over the world used to come here for learning. And we must again achieve the same status of people from all over the world to come here to get educated in the values, in the ethics, in 64 kalas, in the science and technology, in architecture, in medicine, Ayurveda, yoga, all the subjects, they must come here for education. इतना बोलते हुए मेरे 4 शब्द समाप्त करता हूँ। नमस्कार।
Presentation. Namaste everyone again. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara. Guru Parampara ko pranam karte hue, we are going to announce the results of the internship program. Next slide, please. So the IKS Division's vision is to promote interdisciplinary research on all aspects of Indian knowledge systems and to preserve and disseminate Indian knowledge systems for further research and societal applications as they are relevant today, in today's world and in the future, coming future. So this Bharati Jnana Samvahini program, the internship program of 2022, is designed to enthuse youth, as Professor Sahasrabudhe was saying, so that you can take up deeper study of these subjects related to the IKS, and also to create different opportunities to contribute and be involved in active research during the year. Next slide, please. The eligibility was any student who was studying in traditional or regular academic student institutions was eligible for these internships. 18 to 28 years between with a bank account, obviously, for a fellowship, because we are going to have a stipend of about 10,000 rupees per month for 2 months and a 5,000 rupees for total the travel and all that, as per the existing AICTE. Next, please. So we had this time asked for mentor projects. So these were some of the 10 topics. Next slide, please. These were some of the 20 topics that the mentors were requested to submit their projects in. And once they submitted their projects, we had screened those projects for the relevance to the IKS and relevance to how it can be, whether they can be used as an internship project or not. We looked at all those aspects and selected about 250 projects. So next slide, please. And then we had announced the internship program on 14th June. The applications from mentors were due by 25th, and we are very, very thankful to all the mentors who applied by that due date. And then the selections were announced 2 days later. The mentor projects were selected, and then we opened up the internship applications on 27th of June, and the applications closed on 8th of July. That was last Friday. And today, July 13th, we are announcing the results. We have not changed, keeping with the promise of what IKS Division does. We have not changed any of the dates. We are keeping on time. And what we expect from you is being on time is Kala Purusha. We respect time in India as Kala Purusha, as a divine himself or herself, is a god. So we need to be on time, punctual, learn those things. And that is what we want to inculcate in you. But to inculcate in you, we need to practice ourselves. So we are showing it to you by practice. So we expect that you start your internship on time, be committed, and submit the reports on time, and be prompt in your responses whenever we request your inputs for different things. So the internships will start day after tomorrow, July 15th, and then the first progress report will be due a month later on August 15th, and final report will be due by September 15th. Next slide, please. The expectations from the mentors were to guide the interns through their exemplary scholarship and have them work on concrete objectives, timelines, deliverables, provide reading materials, so you can actually approach your mentors so that if you want to read anything about the project, they will help you out with these things. There, you will be able to meet with them and on a daily basis, maybe 1 to 1.5 hours. Then they will advise you on the progress and final reports. Remember, they will advise you. They will not write the reports for you. You need to write, and they will check them for factual accuracies, and they will advise you on which directions to take. Because all of your mentors, trust me, they are wonderful human beings who are doing this selflessly to serve the country, and they are experts in their fields. It is extremely difficult to get their time, but they are spending 2 months of their time with you. So please understand that although you are getting paid, your mentors are not getting paid. So it is a selfless seva. And so please be thankful to such Guru Parampara that we have. And so there's a pranam to all the mentors who are doing this. And then at the end of it, they will certify that you have been working with them, and that is your fellowship release is contingent on getting their certification. Next slide, please. And then what are different project guidelines that we have looked into? Essentially, IKS, we define it as systemized knowledge that is created by Indians in the Indian subcontinent over the millennia. It has been transmitted through various oral traditions, manuscript, texts, traditional practices. And IKS exists in Bharatiya Bhashas. Bharatiya Jnana Parampara Bharatiya Bhashaon mein hi hai. Isiliye, this year, this time, in the Bharatiya Jnana Samvahini 1, all of your reports must be in Bharatiya Bhashas. So that is something that we have introduced. again, we would prefer if you pick up your mother tongue, and we have made sure that the mentors who are working with you and you have at least one Bharati Bhasha in common, so that you can write your reports in that Bharati Bhasha and you can communicate it in that Bharati Bhasha. And what do we mean by significant input of traditional knowledge? When we say project must have significant input, is that they should involve primary or secondary sources of IKS related literature. It should be it should not be only be based on modern knowledge systems, but it should be using the modern scientific analysis tools to study IKS literature. This is what we want to highly encourage. Go to the next slide, please. So, for example, if you want to study the mortar composition of how the forts, bridges were all made, then identify how they were really made and look into it. That is an IKS project. But if you simply want to study the bridges and take some photographs of ships, that is not really a IKS project. If you want to monitor plastic pollution, sorry, that is not an IKS project. But if you want to document and evaluate the water treatment methods practiced by communities, especially the tribal communities, that is an IKS project. So studying the relevance and applicability of Chanakya's Arthashastra in solving current societal problems is a IKS project. Studying modern monetary theory or theories of Adam Smith is not an IKS project. So similarly, things like that. So for example, if you are interested in studying ships, if you go to Dholavira and Lothal and try to estimate what could be the port capacity, how many ships could have been there, all those kind of things, that is an IKS project. Trying to understand influence of Sanskrit education or any Bharatiya Bhasha education on the cognitive abilities of the students is an IKS project. And identifying contextual etymological meanings of the words is in a Purana for the current concept. Societal context is an IKS project. Just simply saying how many times Punya, Papa, or Dharma, these words exist in a Purana is not an IKS project. These are the kind of differences in what is an IKS project and what is not an IKS project. So when you are doing your IKS project, these internships, please do ensure that you are doing an IKS project and it is aligning with these guidelines. Please, next. And we expect you to work hard on your projects with your selected mentor. Please do network with other interns and advocate for IKS among your friends, please, because we know that once you go through this sincerely, this will be a life-changing experience for you all. And we would request you all to think about spreading this word about IKS and understanding IKS among your friends, and explore the dimensions of IKS that you would not really study in your educational curriculum right now, and continue to work in IKS even after you complete your internship. So again, just to reiterate the timelines, your internship starts day after tomorrow. You need to submit a progress report on August 15 and final report on September 15. We also request you to write a popular article that you can share on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, media, blog, newspaper, about whatever area that you have worked on by September 15th as well. Thank you. So this was essentially the selection process that we had done. Mentors, 342 mentors had applied. We had selected 250 projects. Out of then, for those 250 projects, 1,209 interns had applied, and these intern data was given to the mentors, and they conducted interviews, telephonic interviews, and they selected about 436 interns. And now we have some more these things. We heard some difficulties in terms of getting the applications filled, and also we have some vacancies that we have. So therefore, what we are doing is we are opening it up for supplementary applications. So it will be, you will be able to still apply for these internship applications until 16th of July, and we'll announce the results again for supplemental positions by 18th July. And for those students, the internship starts on 18th July. And similarly, a month later, the August 18th is the progress report, and 18th September is the final report. And with these words, would like to stop here, and then all the names of the interns along with the mentors is going to be posted on the IKS website in next 2 hours. So you'll be able to find that, and you'll also receive an email from us in next 1 to 2 hours about the interns who have been selected for this during this internship project. And then if you have not been selected, you'll also receive an email, but you'll still have an opportunity to apply again. So next slide, please. Those things, you can always contact us. Please do visit our website, iksindia.org. That is where we'll be posting all our information. And then any internship related inquiries, please send an email to iksinternships@aicte-india.org. And any general inquiries that you may have that you're not connected to the internships, please send it to coiks@aicte-india.org. Those things. Dhanyavad. And thank you so much for being with us today. And we'll be looking forward to your reports. And trust me, we read a lot of those reports that you write. It is not going to a fold in a almirah there, dusted almirah with all and collecting dust. We actually read those reports, and we are excited about what kind of work that you're doing. So, and then I have one more thing. Before I finish, I want to introduce my team here. Our team here. This is Professor Madhukeshwar Bhattji. Our text mining and documentation coordinator. He's an expert in Sanskrita Vyakarana. And here is Somnath Danayakji, who is an expert in popular science, so popularizing science and those things. So therefore, he looks at our school education for our IKS division, and that is Shreyas Ji. And Shreyas Ji is one of our research fellow, is a Dashak Granthachayi and a gold medalist in English literature. When Professor Sahasrabudhe Ji talked about blending modern and our traditional knowledge systems, that is an example that we would like you to think about. And finally, I would like to introduce our coordinator online, Dr. Preeti Jagwani ji, who is a computer professor in Delhi University and is our higher education coordinator. And then finally, our coordinator for outreach, are basically one of the lifeline in the IKS division, Dr. Anuradha Chaudhary ji. And you'll always see a smile on her face, and she has some very exciting news for you all. I don't want to reveal it. I would like you to please say that to these people. Professor, please.
So, namaste, and thank you very much, Murthy ji, bahut dhanyawadaha for revealing about this exciting news that is coming up. So we are going to organize on the 29th, 30th and 31st, the first ever IKS mela that this country is hosting. And we are going to be doing it from the IKS division as under the Ministry of Education in partnership with the AICTE as well as with the Ministry of Culture. But we are looking at basically trying to celebrate or commemorate the 2 years of the launching of the NEP. And the NEP talks a lot about the promotion of Indian knowledge systems in its various sections. And they're talking about integrating these Indian knowledge systems within our curriculum itself. So right now the team here is, along with several other groups across the country, are thinking very deeply about how this can happen in a seamless manner so that children feel spontaneously they get connected to a lot of the contributions that have played an important role, not just in shaping this civilization, which was on top of the world's global economy at 24% of the world's GDP for almost 2,000 years, but also right now they've contributed a lot to the development of the world knowledge traditions as they stand. So we are trying to create greater awareness and appreciation. And as Murthy ji was telling, this appreciation also has to happen on the basis of contemporary knowledge. So it's not just about looking at our past knowledge, but looking at how contemporary knowledge can be informed by that knowledge, as well as looking at ways in which we can investigate those knowledge traditions that have been there, that continue to be there in practice, but it's not necessarily something that our academia necessarily pays attention to. So what we're going to be doing in this 3-day IKS Mela is we're going to be dedicating a lot of our plenary sessions, panel discussions on how NEP can include IKS, or how is IKS integrated in the school education. So that's the fundamental levels. Then we've got the middle and the higher and the secondary levels, higher education, research. We're going to involve a lot of stakeholders in this process of knowledge dissemination and exploration. So we've got students who will be part of it, teachers, administrators, policymakers, industrialists. So all the different aspects of society that have been delving and contributing towards the development of this knowledge tradition will be part of this IKS Mela. Besides that, so NEP is going to be the central focus of this IKS Mela that we are going to be presenting. And besides that, we will also be looking at, we'll have some sessions on Dhara program of ours. And Dhara is a collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, where we're looking at the huge cultural components, which normally we think are just about entertainment, or, just it's not just about the embellishments of our society, but there's a lot of deep scientific approaches, a lot of technology that is embedded, be it cooking, be it just designing of the vessels, for example, perfume making, you name it, the dresses, the kind of different activities that are there in our cultural aspects. Just the textiles, for example, we were on top of the world's industries in textile. So there are just so many areas that that we have got in our cultural heritage that need to be showcased to the world. So the big invitation to everybody is to please be part of our IKS Mela. So if you can make it, please join us. This is an invitation to the mentors, to the new interns, to the old interns, and all the previous mentors as well. And to all those who are listening to us, please, especially if you're in Delhi and NCR region, please make it a point to be part of this celebration. We'd love to know you in person, and we'd love you to also network with other like-minded people so that this energy that we are seeding in the IKS division can grow into this huge banyan tree that will have roots in various sections of our society, and that we can all enjoy the shade as well as the fruits of in times to come. So for these few words, I think we will also have cultural activities of martial arts and dance programs, etc. Another special event could be of Avadhana, where we want to show you the eightfold concentration, the capacity of the Indian mind and the techniques that they had developed to build those. So a lot in store. What I've just told you is only the tip of the iceberg. You'll have to come here to discover a lot more of what is actually available. And we are hoping that it's going to be a thrilling experience for those who come by. So please make it a point to join us, and Swagatam and Milamaha Avashyam. So look forward to your presence on those 3 days. Thank you.
And we'll as is our tradition, we'll end with a Shanti Mantra.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samsamityuvase vrushanyagane vishvanyarya Yaspade samithyase sano vasunyabhara Sangachadvam samvadadvam sambho manam sijanatam Deva bhaganyatha purve sanjanana upasate Samano mantra samiti samani samanam manasah chittamesham Samanam mantram abhimantrayeva samanena vo havisha juhomi Samani va akuti samana hridayani vaha Samanamastu vo mano yatha vasu sahasati Om Shanti Shanti Shanti